Welcome to this episode of Revive Outdoors. If this is your first time watching, you are in for a treat as I continue my journey to harvest a buck in every state to raise awareness for PTSD and mental health. At one point in this episode, I have a booner at 20 yards. Shoot it, never find it. Oh, it was heartbreaking. I hope you enjoy. Welcome to Kansas. What's up, everyone? We are here in Kansas. I am excited. I got Bryson behind the camera. He's a youth hunter. He's going to be paired with me. He has already harvested bigger bucks than most of us have in our, or will ever in our lifetime. So he's a stone cold killer. It's 16 years old. You're 16 already, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so 16-year-old stone cold killer already got a 150-inch velvet buck on the ground. And hopefully tomorrow, we got to hunt together. We ain't got to, not like, oh man. I mean, because of the youth regulations, he can't hunt by himself. So he's going to go with me. I'm going to go with him. That way, if we get a couple bucks on the ground, we're there to help each other drag it out. With my neck and back issues from the military, I have an opportunity to do the disabled season. Being a disabled veteran, applied for that through the state of Kansas. So really grateful that they allow us to come out and do that. But we'll be going out tomorrow morning bright and early and hopefully get on some good deer. Found some good sign this evening, went out and scouted, and now we're just making sure the muzzleloader's ready to go for tomorrow as well. I just got done putting 2 shots down range, and we're gonna put the third one here to make sure it's not me, that it's actually the muzzleloader that needs to be adjusted before we go out and hunt tomorrow, because they're hitting a little low and to the right. But this tripod, Warrior tripod, it's got the chief head, so you can flex it around really easy and move it. So, you know, if you got something way out there, you move it. If it was to run across, boom, it's on the target. And then you can see that is just a quick little quarter turn there, nice and easy. And then it's got this attachment on it. If you don't have like a Arca rail or Picatinny rail to clamp into the chief head, this hero head clamps it in there nice and tight, similar to like the vice grip styles that are out there. But really solid setup. I mean, you can see it's not going anywhere. But we'll go ahead and cock this back and shoot. All right, that's what I like to see. We have a good group, so it's not me. We're gonna go ahead and move this out here to the right and ride down and check out our target. All right, there he is, all 110 pounds of 6 foot and something. How much do you weigh?
130.
130, okay. So where were you? I know your dad's retired out of the Army, right?
Yes, sir.
So where were you born?
I was born in Fort Polk, Louisiana.
Okay.
Raised there for 2 or 3 years. We moved to Missouri, and then back to Fort Polk and back to Missouri and back to Fort Polk again. Raised up there until I was 10, and then at about the age of 10, we moved out to Fort Riley, Kansas, and been raised up here since then. 16 now, and raised up hunting, and that's about it.
That's good. So tell everybody, how many bucks have you killed? What states? And then, what is your biggest?
My first buck was killed in Louisiana. Wasn't anything too big, but it was a Louisiana buck, so it was impressive as it is. My other 4 bucks have been killed in Kansas, biggest being 150. Full velvet, 9 point. Killed little 80-incher and then 2 120s. But mostly youth season, a lot of fresh out of velvet. Only 1 full velvet so far, and that's about it.
That's awesome. So your biggest buck is a velvet buck at 150, right?
Yes, sir.
Man, that's amazing. That's a heck of a hunting career so far.
Yeah.
You're only 16. That's awesome. So, well, let's check out the target. Here it is. So you can see nice tight grouping. I'll go ahead and measure it on my calculator, and then we'll make adjustments accordingly. All right, just got done making my click marks and getting it all set up. So now we're just gonna take it back out of here and load it back up and shoot again. Make sure it's where we want it. Not a huge muzzleloader fan. They go boom really hard, and they're not the most accurate things in the world, but this Traditions Nitro Fire, if you haven't seen that video, I have it. But we'll go ahead and jump off video before it gets dark here, and we'll go ahead and get this gun sighted in. But as you come back to the video in the morning, hopefully it won't be long into the sunrise that we get a couple of big bucks down. So y'all enjoy this episode, and hopefully it'll go well. If you haven't done so, hit the subscribe button. Helps us out a ton with this content that we make. And there's a lot of people out there like you that want to see this type of content, and it helps us get it out to everyone. So thanks for watching. We'll get to the hunt. Well, we are here. Day one of youth season in the disabled season. Bryson, you ready?
Yeah.
Why don't you break down our kind of strategy going into this morning with the sun starting to rise?
Our original spot we wanted to go to, the wind's not going to play in our favor, so we kind of had to change up a little bit of plans. We're going to hit a different entrance. We're going to walk through some CRP, look at a few fields. Hopefully we can find a big one and get on it.
That's exactly right. So we're going to get to walking here. It's the sun is coming up. We are 4 minutes away from legal light, but we want to make sure that we have the advantage in being able to see them if they're feeding in fields late. So we're going to load up and get on out there, and hopefully we can find one. About the size of the deer I saw last year. Okay. They're gonna move towards us. Well, we got into a couple of deer. We saw several does, and we got into one bachelor group, but Bryson said, not big enough for me. I've killed a 150 already. So it was cool seeing them though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so why don't you break down the hunt for us?
We walked in and we hit our first little portion of soybean field, and there was a doe that we saw there. Walked to a certain spot, and this doe walked up to us for a little bit, and then we left it. We continued on and then hit a soybean field, hoping there was gonna be a good buck in there, but there wasn't. So we went around and looked and peeked into this Milo field, and there was a few bucks in it, but they spooked off or something, and we're not too totally sure why. We tried cutting them off in the direction they went in towards, and we did, and they were sitting in a soybean field. We moved up to an area and looked at them, decided if we wanted to shoot or not, decided laughed it out, and got good footage.
Yep. So I hope y'all enjoy part one of our Kansas adventure. We had a big buck show up on camera at another property. It was a private side for Bryson to hopefully take out this evening. So we'll see if we can make it happen and get it on footage for y'all. So to be determined. Yeah, he's still there. He hasn't moved. So we're up here on this ridge, just kind of looking out over this valley. We've got a couple of soybean fields planted, and Bryson said that he's known that this to be a good area where occasionally a big buck will move through, and have several drainages running through it in all these soybeans, so good travel corridors for the deer. And got what I believe to be is a booner. Second morning here, and it's we can't move on him because we have no cover currently where we're at, so we're just watching him. He's bedded down, I guess chewing his cud or something from the soybeans, but he just worked his way out and he's just bedded up in the high grass, and we're gonna, hopefully he'll move down either in a drainage or something like that and we can get a shot on him. But right now we're just sitting here waiting him out, hoping that we win the battle. What you come to Kansas for. Yes. Well, God, I feel like I could throw up. Drastic turn of events here. I definitely watched the buck fall in my scope. Like I saw his giant rack like go right and sway and then go left and fall down. And came over here right to where he fell, and he's not here. So Bryson's on that side of the creek, I'm on this side of the creek, and we're just looking for him. But I don't know what to say. Other than I hate muzzleloaders. They're so freaking inaccurate. It's like a, pretty short shot, and we don't have a dead deer. So I've never had it happen with a rifle, and muzzleloader, this is the second time something like this has happened. And just goes to show you it's not as easy as hunting with a rifle. But I don't know what to do. I guess we're gonna probably back out and probably call a dog or something. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna call Ben and see what he thinks. But I don't want to mess up the scent thing, the scent path too bad for the dog. But voila. Gosh, day 2 in freaking Kansas, and got a booner stalked from 1,000 down to nothing. He's not dead. It makes me sick. I hate that I've hurt him and wounded him, but I just gonna recollect myself and figure out what to do from here, and go find Bryson and call Ben, and we'll go from there. Pulling back up to the house, we got some baby goats. Meh, meh, meh. There he comes. What's up, man? You ready?
Yeah.
Well, let's
How
get
about
loaded
you?
up. Good. So everybody watching, we're going out Bryson this evening. You got everything ready? Show them that shooting stick you got. That's an old school classic right there.
Yeah, just a little homemade thing, but
it's nice.
I love it. We're heading over to some public land, trying to get onto some soybean fields that we'll be overlooking, and hopefully we can put the spot on a good buck.
Well, clearly we're taking out Bryson for an evening hunt. We skipped from a spot and stalk, and a shot was the last thing you saw. And this bracelet I have on here is Exodus 14:14. It says, "The Lord will fight for you, just stay calm." And so, and then it's got our Revive Outdoors logo. I am somebody who, from an anxiety standpoint, gets worked up at times, and I'm just ready to get things done. And so it is. It's my brain has been pretty taxed all day, so I just keep reminding myself of this verse. But so, what had happened was shot the deer, saw it fall. Obviously, you see, I'm pumped, right? And thought the deer was dead. We walk over there where it fell, and there's no deer. And we looked a little bit, but we knew that they're probably going to have to call a dog. So we called our friend Michael up in like Fort Riley, Kansas area. He's got a dog named Bo, or his Facebook page is Bo something. I'll make sure I link it. But yeah, he's going to come out later tonight. So we think it's probably muzzleloader, low velocity. It muffled the shot really hard when I shot, and so it definitely hit the deer. It's just, what lethality it had, we don't know right now. There's no blood, there's no guts, there's nothing. So we're hoping that dog can pick up that hoof scent and we can get out there. But my mind's driving me crazy right now because shot was around 8 a.m. this morning, 7 a.m. this morning, first, daybreak. And now here we are going out in the evening. Gonna go out with Bryson, get him set up, hopefully get him a deer that drops right where it's at, and we don't have to go through this drama. But yeah, we are gonna go out at like 9 or 10 o'clock tonight because Michael's also guiding a youth hunter, but that'll be about the 12-hour mark anyways, to give that deer that's gut shot some opportunity to die, and us go in with the dogs and hope that we get to them before the coyotes. But I just worked up a little bit, and I'm excited to get out with Bryson, and we're gonna go get on the road and hopefully go get him a deer. But deer all over the place here in Kansas. You just got to find the big boys and get them on there. So we're going to roll.
You're in an impact area hunting, dude?
What's up, man? I'm Taylor.
Mike, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Mike.
What's up, guys?
We got the film crew here with us.
Uh-oh.
So thanks for coming out. You got the dog?
Yeah, yeah. No,
We're excited to meet him.
Yeah.
He's famous, He's got the faces. He's on Facebook page.
Let's talk it real quick.
Yep.
So shot from here.
Yeah, straight out that way.
And he ran straight west, right?
Yep.
And then what did you guys do?
Or straight east. You're in straight east.
Sorry,
Yeah, so he's here.
You can go and take it.
Yep.
Just kind of.
And so we watched him drop right here.
How did he drop? Explain
Like
it to me.
tumbled over.
Like tumbled. Like.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And so
Visibly hurt.
yes, and he heard him, and Bryson heard him crash.
Okay. Yeah, let's just get there. We can drive all the way there.
Not necessarily, but we can drive half the 1,000 yards.
Okay.
So
Let's get it.
to a fence
I'll follow
line.
you guys.
Okay, cool.
Bo's looking for the track already. Take the reason yet?
He's like, I'm ready to work. I was born for this.
Point basically.
Yep. Yep. So we got fat right here. All dried out. You see it?
How many people were out here? Two?
Yeah, two.
I mean, two people walking it 3 or 4 times.
Yep.
I mean, there's you got to step in that interdigital where that deer steps one step. That's it.
It's a good learning lesson for sure.
Yeah, and Ben will tell you a track when like nobody goes in.
Perfect.
They're like clockwork.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We really don't need any signs. As long as you can give me a general idea of where the deer was standing, I can just put bow around it, watch him, and when he locks on, it's game on. But
Brass one retracted up pretty bad.
Yeah.
Good lesson learned.
Yep.
We just got excited seeing him fall, thinking he was dead.
And that's what we as trackers try to get people to understand is like the excitement is finding the deer, right?
Right.
Thinking that you killed it is not the excitement.
That's right.
My rule that I tell people is no matter how good you think a shot is, if you don't see or hear the deer crash, give it
Back
a minimum of an hour.
Okay.
Go to where you last saw it. Go to there. If you don't have good sign,
Just
you know, you could go a little bit, but the moment you just start aimlessly walking around, you have jacked up.
okay.
Because you're aimlessly walking, right?
Yep.
I mean, you're not on anything. So in the case of using a dog, right, then you could be stepping on interdigital that you don't even see and just taking it everywhere.
Yep.
Really, a good kind of a visual idea of what it does is if you had like fresh snow on a football field. If you had one person walk through that football field, you'd easily see that track. You get 6 people out there walking around. That's what the dog is experiencing.
Yep.
As you step in that interdigital blind scent, or a little drop of blood, or whatever, dander.
Yep. All right, y'all, the sun is starting to come down on the last evening of my hunt here in Kansas. I got a little bit of a walk out here, and I'm gonna set up. This tree line runs out. It's got a little stream that runs through it and runs out to the end of these soybeans. I'm gonna sit on kind of each point, kind of work my way back and forth, spotting and seeing if I see anything. But I last evening, hate I didn't kill a booner, but been seeing an 8-point in here, about 130 inch 8-point. And last evening, when you've got about $1,000 plus invested in a trip out to Kansas, you know, you don't want to go with tag soup. That's expensive soup. So we go out here and try to either tag that buck, or maybe, who knows, a bigger one might step out. But we're gonna get to it. Yes, let's go. Oh my gosh. Whew. Last evening, last hunt, last. And I just smoked a freaking deer. Let's go. 8-point down. That's the buck that I knew was out here. Seen him a couple of times, and he just went down. He tried getting up a couple times, and after what happened the other day, I was nervous, but looks like he's down for good, and we gonna reload the muzzleloader here, and let's go check him out. Ah! Let's go. Oh my gosh, nothing better than coming out to a state and in a matter of a week, getting the job done. Had an opportunity at a booner. Hate I didn't seize that one. Freaking hate muzzleloaders. But I just hit this deer, and he looks to be down for good, not down like it was the other day, and oh man, I'm pumped. Whew, son. Let's go! Let's go. Oh man, I'm gonna reload the muzzleloader just in case, and we will, let's go find him. Shaking, I can barely reload this stupid muzzleloader. There we go. Alright, let's go. Let's go find him. Ah, shoot. Dang it. I wanted to pause the video here and just share a little bit about what happened and kind of what I've obsessed over after I've gotten back from Kansas on my way home, and some things I've learned. So what happened here is I spine shot this deer, and so when I walked up on him, he was still alive, so I had to let him expire off camera just to make sure we stay in good standards with YouTube. It is never my intention to go on a hunt and it not be an effective, quick, and lethal hit on a deer. And so for me, it is, I'm a very precise person. I'm a very precise individual. So even when it comes to my archery setups and it comes to my rifle setups, I spend countless hours before I go out. When I used to be able to compound bow hunt, I would spend countless hours practicing and making sure that my setup is dialed in and perfect, and I've practiced. And even with both of these shots, right before I took them, I literally told myself, like, calm down, make a good shot, kill this animal. And I know where I aimed. I know I made a good aim. I know I made a good trigger pull, and I hit high and to the left on both animals. I was frustrated with that. I got back to Alabama, and I took my gun to the range, and where did it hit? It hit high and to the left. If you remember on my first day, I was hitting low and to the right. It was very strange to me that 3 shots in a row hit low and to the right. And then I adjusted it, and it just kept hitting bullseye over and over at 100, 150, and 200 yards, compensating for my bullet drop that you have with the muzzleloader. And so I felt like I did everything that I could do, and so I am just really kind of frustrated with it. I should have killed the booner. I definitely should not have spine shot the 8-point. And so if you have any insight when it comes to muzzleloaders, please share that, because it was very heartbreaking of a hunt. I'm glad I had success. I'm glad I checked Kansas off the list, and it was really tough and really mentally grueling even after the hunt. And so just wanted to share that with you. I'm happy to check off number 9 off the state list of, I'm trying to harvest a buck in every state to get all 50 states. I know there might not be a whitetail buck in every state, but there's a buck of some kind in every state to raise awareness for PTSD and mental health. So that's number 9 off the list there. If you're looking for mental health resources, the good news is we almost have a website that is going to be very valuable, that's going to be loaded with mental health resources, and that's going to be atease.org. The website's supposed to be launching any day now, but atease.org is just going to be a really good resource for you for mental health. Since we started Revive Outdoors, we now have over 100 people we've referred to mental health services. I know that the spiritual and the physical realms are talked about a lot in life, but the mental is not, and that's something that I've suffered with is poor mental health, and now I'm grateful to have resources in place to have good mental health. So I just want to share that with you in addition to the spiritual and the physical aspects of life. But I hope that this episode has impacted you in some way. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope that me sharing this part of the video helps you in making an ethical, quick, clean harvest in the future. But I wish you the best this season or any future seasons along the way whenever you're watching this video. But we'll get back to this episode right now. Enjoy. See you later. Well, finally got it done here in Kansas, and couldn't be more happy. To have an opportunity, my 3rd day in at a booner, full velvet booner.
Yeah.
It's that was a heartbreaker. But last day, September 11th, the whole reason I do these videos is to raise awareness for PTSD and mental health. and not just in military, but also in everyone's life. Is we've all went through trauma in some type of way, and my journey to harvest a buck in every state is just to raise awareness for that and to take that next step for you towards healing. And if you need help with that, please reach out to me. I know that Ben, being retired military, he's a big proponent of mental health and reaching out to people when you need it, but also getting the professional help that you need. But to come out here, Ben, with you on public land and be able to harvest or a big fat public land buck is just really cool. I tell people that usually in the time frame of a season, if you have a big giant buck, you're going to get the chance to harvest that buck one time out of your entire season. And when you go out of state, pretty much the amount of time you spend over a week hunting out of state is what most people spend in a season. And I had that chance at that booner and didn't make it happen. It was my mistake shooting a muzzle loader. Got a lot of variables there, and in the heat of the moment, didn't have a lethal shot on that deer. And it, much as it breaks my heart, it was a way to just really push through and persevere, and to be able to come out here on the last day. And you slightly start to lower what you want to get when it's coming down to the last day. And I just said today, if there's a decent 8-point or better that steps out, I'm going to shoot him. But just a really great memory. Ben, I'm really grateful for you and Brooke and Bryson and Braden, the B4, as y'all say, to bring me in and let me spend the week with y'all and just be able to make a memory like this with good friends. It just means a lot to me.
Yes, sir. And glad you got harvest here. I wish it had been that giant you originally found, but hey, it's a good deer.
Yep, for sure. I could go to each state and hunt public land and never talk to anybody and be completely isolated, but I just feel that's not what this journey is about. I feel like there's a lot more to it, and it's connecting with people and building relationships and having a lot of fun with those people that you love. And I would just encourage you, instead of doing the solo man trip, get some friends, get some family, meet some people through social media, and go out and hunt together. But really appreciate y'all watching this. As always, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next episode. All right, you got any final parting words? Your mom didn't have anything to say.
Not much. You got one down. That's all that matters.
That's right. You scored it to the T.
Yeah.
It's good. I appreciate it. I've had fun with you with the B4 outdoors. It's been fun. You sure you don't have anything to say?
I'm sure.
All right. You can tell everybody bye. Thanks for
Bye.
watching.